Hi, this is Chronicles and I'm your host, Simon Rushton. Today we have a guy all the way from Zimbabwe and he's living in London and studying probably up north because I've just picked him up from Euston Station. And he's in the film business. Even though he's an architectural student, he's in the film business and he's going to tell us all about the film industry, and if we're lucky we'll hear about the architectural world as well. Me being an ex-site manager, so I would have been one of his worst nightmares. Demanding drawings at last minute and stuff like that, and he said, "Oh, give me more time. We don't have time. We have 50 guys here. Hey, us guys that want to do the work now, and you're going to pay them." So I'm not. But anyway, enough of me babbling. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Simon.
That's good. So tell us, how long you been in this? Tell us your story, why you started to get into the film business, because you said it was a hobby.
Yeah.
So tell us how it all came about.
So like one day, it was just my brother actually. He bought a camera and he left it at my house, and then I just started playing around with it. And then to the point that I really got interested into it, because the whole film stuff, like I started with graphic designs before, but like film and photography, like that was, I never ever thought I would ever even come across that. So yeah, I'm just fiddling around with it, and then I got so invested that I would spend hours and hours up until like 2 a.m. watching videos, learning new things, and it was just fascinating to be able to learn something new. And at the time, I was still in uni, first year studying architecture. And then after that, that's why I didn't study it. So people ask, why don't you study film? But it's more to the reason that it just came about whilst I was studying. The interest came about then. And then, yeah, fast forward a little bit, I started doing some free shoots, and then I ended up getting better at it than I thought. And it has pretty much led me here. When you say free shoots, obviously I'm a layman in the film business. I do not know anything. Okay. So what's that? Is that literally what it says? Like you're filming people for free or making things for free, or? Yeah, it's literally like because I'm actually from Leicester and I'm not from London, but I come here pretty often. Free shoots are literally just what it says in the title. It's because me being from Leicester, I didn't have the clientele like you would have in London, where it's easier to start in a small area and kind of expand. So I had to do a lot of free work just to be able to get my name, like especially in London, just to be able to get my name out there and just to be able to create a little buzz about the work that I do. And then yeah, free work helps, like as much as it is tedious, like some people don't like doing it, but it's very necessary for growth, and it allows you to love your craft a lot more, because you know you're not just doing it for the sake of making money or just doing it, you're actually enjoying it. And when you now start making money with it, it's like a bonus, and that's what I consider it. It's more like a hobby for me, and a hobby that makes me money. Yeah, I can relate to that. I can understand that. It's just like the podcasting world as well. If you're doing it with a monetization angle, you're not really going to get the drive. You're not going to be like the Joe Rogan, if you know about Joe Rogan, the podcasting side of things. He's probably the king podcasting at present now and stuff. So that's great. So when you did this free work, what kind of shots, video things have you been doing? Give us a bit more detail. So like, I think the first, like the way I started out was doing like nightclub events. Okay. So I do, because obviously Leicester's quite prone for the Londoners coming to Midlands, sort of. Like Leicester, in terms of like universities, is kind of considered as the spot, the kind of vibe to be, because it's kind of in between every other city, and most people from London, they come to Leicester. So I took that as an opportunity to be like, okay, seeing as I can't really get to London like that, but the Londoners are kind of coming to Leicester. Let me take advantage of that. And then that's when I started doing like nightclub events. I was doing those for free, and then I did those for a while, and then I started slowly moving.
Sorry, would you approach the nightclub, or would you approach the people who wanted? How would you go about that?
Okay, so I would see a flyer that was saying, okay, this event is coming up next, and then I'd message like one of the promoters that was promoting for the event, and I was like, whose event is this? And then they'll tell me either the name of the company, so I could DM them or email them, or they'll tell me like the person's Snapchat or some way of their contact details. And then I would further reach out and just be like, hey, I'm kind of new to the videography. I was wondering if I could come film at your event for free and edit it and give you the footage. And yeah, pretty much like everyone said yes, because who doesn't love free stuff and free content? And yeah.
Do you know Jamie Foxx, the actor?
Yeah.
Do you know that's how he started off as well?
Is it?
If you hear his story, it's on YouTube. He was trying to get into a party or something like that, and his puffy must have been walking, and he just grabbed the camera and put it on his shoulder, and he followed, like, he's trying to walk in, and he said, what are you doing? I'm cameraman. And they look, and then Puffy is walking. He goes, hey P, yeah, I'm cameraman. I film this for you free, yeah. And P goes, yeah, oh, okay.
Oh wow.
And then from there, he just obviously get the camera in everybody's face, everyone's famous face.
Yeah.
There's all the different angles, blah, 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 blah. And he just, and he said, yeah, next party up, that's when he said, I can put on a better party for cheaper.
Oh wow.
Yeah, for cheaper. And Peter said, for real? I said, yeah. And then he did, and he had, he paid like $500 or something.
Okay.
And he done things, and the way he did, the story's really good.
Yeah.
But basically, I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I keep on telling people, learn to work for nothing.
Yeah.
Because you will find an entrepreneur angle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? And there's a lot of motivational people speak on that as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, I interrupted you. So you're saying you got these angles. Now, when you did the video, was the material considered yours, or did you giving it to them?
Yeah.
But I take it your brand in the material.
Yeah. So
you have your logo. Or
yeah. So obviously when I was emailing them and talking to them, the only part that I expressed was that I would have the video, and I'd be able to put my logo and my watermark on there. And that's the thing that I asked for, and that when they promote me, they tag me in the name, just so that people can realize that, okay, they can start now attaching this name to this video. And
that works for you?
Yeah. Like,
do you have anybody say no?
No. Maybe one company looking back, only because they were a bigger company, entertainment company than the others. But yeah, pretty much everyone said yes. And because,
how did you handle the rejection when they said no? As in, how did you get round that? Because no just means I don't like that idea, but you need to come back at me with another one.
Yeah.
So how did you handle that?
When they said no, I said like, it's perfectly fine. Obviously I tried further talking to them, advising them, telling them like why I want it per se. And then we ended up coming with one company. I ended up coming up with a compromise to just say my logo can appear at the end, just after explaining to them and showing them like the previous work that I had done before with the nightclub events. And then after that, they were like, okay, you're pretty good at what you do, we'll take your word for it. And then they were like, yeah, when they seen the video, initially they were saying no, but when they seen the video that I edited it for them, they were like, you know what, you did a great video, and it's fine. Yeah, we're gonna let you do it.
Yeah. So what it is, they valued what you had to do, and they because you put your all in it.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't about the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that. I can relate to that. I admire that.
Yeah.
So anyway, what's the name of your company?
Visuals by Nikadi.
Do you want to say it again but slower?
Visuals by Nikadi.
Okay. Do you want to? If people want to find you, how can they find you? Email?
Yeah, email.
You got a website?
Yeah, I got a website as well.
So just tell us, spell your website out so everybody's clear.
So visuals by, and then my name is Nakhedi. That's Nakhedi. And then pretty much. There's not really many people with my name, so it's quite easy to find me.
Yeah, you'll be surprised that suddenly your name could be popping up everywhere. When you say buy, it's buy as in BY, not BYE.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
What?
Okay. So what would you say you've learnt that you wish you knew had learnt earlier?
Quality, not quantity. It was like a particular point in my career. Like I think it's sometime last year. It was like I was getting a lot of work, but the work wasn't paying me as much as I would have liked it to. So I ended up taking a little bit more, thinking I could to substitute. But then I noticed that my quality decreased.
Yeah, because you can't focus as much time.
Yeah.
So you need to have a limit. You say I can only do 5 videos a week.
Yeah.
It's 1 video a day.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday is a day that I may have to work overtime, so I need to leave that free. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. I've had the similar concerns with podcasting. Obviously, podcasting is like media, like what you do.
Yeah.
I interview a lot of people. Some of the interviews, they're not really. There's no real hook. It's not really interesting.
Yeah.
Especially on Sunday morning, it's drunken people just go. Sometimes you got a good element, sometimes you haven't.
Yeah.
But out of courtesy, because the person's agreed for the interview, I always publish it.
Yeah.
But if it was on a different note, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because I don't edit. I don't edit for these. I just put it out raw because I don't want the person to feel that I've manipulated them or shown them in a bad light. Whatever you say is what you say.
Yeah.
In that respect, and I like that.
I appreciate that thing.
So, you're saying with excuse me, with this podcast, with this media thing, you're saying about what you've learned, quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you encourage anybody else to get into this business, and if so, how?
Definitely, like 100%, because the beauty about it is that everything in our day now is visual. So like adverts you see, videos, Instagram, everything is visual. And it's the visual that captures people's eyes. And I'd really advise anyone who wants to get into entrepreneurship, like, it's, even if you don't want to become a videographer or a photographer, it's important to understand the aspects of it, because when it comes to directing your shoots, you know exactly what you want, how you want it done. And for me, it's like I also have like a food page that I do, and it's like,
what kind of food?
It's just tutorials for like quick meals for like uni students.
Okay.
And it's called Student Munch. So on that page, it was like, it would have been a lot harder to start that page if I hadn't known how to film, how to edit. So the beauty of it is being able to apply this visual craft and visual arts that is seen everywhere to any business or anything that I want to start now.
Student Brunch, you say?
Student Munch.
Munch.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it on your YouTube? I take it?
No, we're launching our YouTube, I think, hopefully September, October. Right now we're just on Instagram, Student Munch _. So that's student and munch and then underscore.
Okay. So you're as a team of you now. Did you? Because I assumed that you was a one-man band for some reason.
Yeah.
You're speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I do the same. I always use the term we, because in essence, it's not just me. I do have people who do help on certain things.
Yeah.
And so, and also it's going to grow into something. So
Yeah.
What are, talking about growth, what are your plans? Because you're doing architecture, which we'll get into later, but this is growing, you're getting paid, I assume.
Yeah.
So, and that pay is probably helping you through uni. You don't have a Saturday job.
Yeah.
So what's the future for you in this media?
Well, with videography.
Yep, with the videography.
The media stuff. The future is like the widescape future is to get into movies and doing stuff like CGI. Like I really want to eventually one day see my name on the Marvel credits, because I think Marvel has kind of decreased in the way they produce their movies. Like it's not as authentic anymore.
You're talking to a DC man.
Oh, you're a DC fan.
I'm a DC man, and I can justify why very easily. DC is more real to life. The characters are trauma. It's dark. It's painful. It's misery, and it's just real. It's something you can relate to. And is the bad guy really a bad guy? Is the good guy really a good guy? Where Marvel's just happy-go-lucky. It's entertaining, Marvel, but it doesn't compare to DC. But anyway, I've deviated.
But the end goal is to like be able to direct movies, and eventually I think I'm gonna end up moving to America, because I feel like the range in America, like in the UK, like especially like if you compare music videos, like UK music videos and US music videos, like the US can spend 50k, 100k on a music video. In the UK you probably won't see anything over 25. So it's like it's not so much for the money, but it's like I've got much more to work with. And
what you may want to do, just a suggestion, with like anybody who does music videos who's British and working out there, just say I've done some stuff, I'd like to come work for you for free for a month.
Okay.
Book your hotel, you'll pay all your own expenses, you just want to be on that shoot, work for them for free for a month or so. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
You just network, you work mad hours, you do everything, you know you've got limited period of time. You know, you ask for additional work if they got anything, and before you know it, they don't want you to go home. Or they say, if you ever want to come back, you give me a call. Do you see what I mean?
I might try that, you know.
No, I tell you, that's how you do it.
I remember.
Why are they going to take you otherwise?
They're
not going to take you. Why? There's a third of a billion people there. And unemployment's gone through the roof. Why are they going to take you? If you're showing your CV that you don't have to do things already, you don't have to teach them, they don't have to teach you things already, really. Obviously there's stuff you don't know.
Definitely.
But you know the basics. And you're coming with your own equipment and whatever. By all means. Come on, do this free, I don't mind. Mate, that kind of thing. And that's the way you get in. It's that Jamie Foxx thing again. I film this, I film this.
Like, I'm gonna try that one day, you know. If there's an event in London and like there's famous stars there, I'm just gonna come with my camera and just be like, I'm here. I'm here to work.
So it's saying, I don't know, Jay-Z's cameraman.
And just put media team, Jay-Z media team.
You better do that fast, because this is going to be going out in about 8 days.
Make sure no one steals my idea.
I love the way you're claiming your idea now. Okay. But that would be the way forward. But I was going to say, you're talking about going to America. I know America's like, entertainment, Hollywood, what have you. But the future isn't Hollywood, it's Netflix. And Netflix is established all over. And Netflix, I don't know if you know, you're from Zim, as in Zimbabwe, for those who don't know. Zim would obviously, if any films made for Zim, would be in relation to SA, South Africa's. And they have a Netflix there. Because you've got that one with that African, I'm not sure if he's Zulu or Osso or what, with
Yeah,
the big
was it
afro.
Blood
You know
Water?
I'm talking.
Yeah,
TV show. That's a whole. That's for that genre.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? If you see the Netflix, especially if you're looking at the Black Diaspora, they've got a whole section, you know, on that kind of thing. So you could easily go to Netflix and say, listen, this is what I do. Can I do work experience with you? A holiday time, even Corona time. If you're not worried about Corona, just say, I'll work.
Just go.
I'll work. So what? Yeah. You say I wear my mask, gloves, I get the job done.
Yeah.
That's that can-do attitude that they love.
Yeah.
And stuff. But yeah, so you're doing, so that's your future. That's what you see as you're saying your future for yourself. Now over to your architecture.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you see, what year are you on?
Second year.
Oh, so you got a long way to go.
Yeah.
You know, once you graduate, was it a 5-year degree?
It's
a 7 years,
a 3-year degree,
and then 7 years when you graduate.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's like 10 years.
Yeah.
10 years, or you could be the next Oliver Stone, Ridley Scott.
Definitely.
What are you going to go for?
I think, the plans with architecture?
Yeah, what are you going to do? You going to finish the degree?
Yeah.
You don't want to waste your parents' money?
No. I'm going to finish it all. I think if I don't, it's not the worst case scenario if I won't, because my plans with architecture were to always build back home and not really build here.
Mm-hmm. I like that,
because I feel like invest in
Africa.
your country, and
Zimbabwe
is not looking the best, and I feel like it just, like, even though it's one person, like, a lot could change. And if I invest in my country, like, what my plan is to do is to, up until I graduate, each year keep buying land and then expand that piece of land each year or every 6 months. It depends how much it would cost, but so that by the time that I finish, I have these acres of land that I can start my first project on.
But what I'd suggest, I'm suggesting a lot, is YouTube channel.
Okay.
You're doing this brunch thing.
Yeah.
There's, I don't know, let's say there's 50,000 uni students in your university, yeah?
Yeah.
And that's just one uni. Then put that on YouTube. And YouTube, you getting those hits every day, or those views and comments, or you allow people to give in ideas, and then you make their ideas, or they send in a video and then you plonk it up on your show. All these kind of things, you're going to get more views, then you start getting paid.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
It's uni students are uni students, regardless of the country. Yeah?
Yeah.
You pump that out to the world. You know, probably maybe 1/8 of the world are at uni at any one time. Higher education. That's a market in itself. I don't know if other people are doing it already, but I'm just saying.
Nah, like the reason like Student Munch is so different is because like I looked, like there's so many people that make food at uni, so many people that sell food, and eventually, like when the students go back to uni, we'll be selling like platters and stuff and soul food, but what I saw was an advantage within lockdown, and I was like, how can I start Student Munch without being the niche of saying, oh, I'm just gonna sell food, but instead I'm selling a service that is trusted, and then when people try our recipes and they give us feedback on how great they were, or if they weren't great, what we could improve on, it's like creating that relationship of trust, so that when we now start selling food, people don't have to second guess because they know the quality that we can provide. And yeah, like I'll take on your idea of the YouTube, definitely something that I'm gonna plan to do, because yeah, like you said,
it's also got Patreon. You heard Patreon? People have been pushing Patreon for me for my podcast.
Okay.
Patreon is where they make a donation, so I think it's tax deductible. It's not tax deductible. You don't if they make a donation because they like what you're doing, they want you to continue doing it, then you don't have to pay tax on the money you accrue. Don't quote me on it. I believe that's how it goes, and stuff. They take but they set up everything for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
when
pretty
you're,
cool.
yeah, so it's an easy thing.
Yeah, because I've been even trying to look into funding.
Yeah, you give out
for
the
student
service, you'll
munch,
get the funding. Like even your videos, going back to video, you make those good videos, whatever. Just for obviously business purposes, going back to your media company. What kind of, you do music videos? What do you do? Weddings? Take photos for weddings, put it together. What do you do?
Yeah, the main one right now is music videos. Yeah, so that's like they're fun, they're creative, but what I want to kind of gauge into next is either film directing or weddings more. Weddings, I think more for weddings because it's like it's kind of a practice without the pressure of like creating a story, and it's kind of like going into like creating your own movies because it's much longer than music videos. You have to create more of a story and kind of plan it out a little bit more, but without the pressure of saying making everything so accurate. So I feel like probably weddings will be my next phase, and then gradually phase into like the film, and then like I'm gonna take up your idea with the Netflix, like see if I can work for Netflix, and then
you can do it for anyone, BBC, any of those companies. Yeah, but next, private corporations will probably more likely say yes. BBC will probably say, oh well, we have laws about blah blah blah, taking on people, and you have to pay you after a certain period of time, and all this. You know, it could be a bit political.
Yeah.
And you probably get less politics with Netflix. BBC being a bit of a propaganda machine.
Yeah.
In that respect of things, but you know, just see how it goes, really.
Yeah.
I wish you well.
No, I appreciate it, like
in that respect of things. Now, what I will ask you before we round this up is competitors. How do you deal with competitors? What's your life like with competitors? Do you do collaborations? Do you are you seeing them grow? Is there sabotage? Is there, do you know your competitors?
Do you know, like the painful thing about media is that very few people want to help you. Like you could, like I've reached out to so many like individuals, maybe companies probably a lot easier to work with because they need like runners and helpers and stuff. But for me to like try and message like people within my industry is very hard. Like there's no one gives you a manual on how to get to the top, like who to contact, like is very much freestyle. And maybe it's because I'm from Leicester and then I don't really have anyone in London to kind of talk to me through it, and maybe that's what I gotta do. But it's like one thing I've noticed is that you pretty much have to go through it yourself and kind of learn how to network, learn how to, because there's not even a YouTuber out there that provides a manual like that.
That was my next suggestion. What the experiences that you're learning, you post, there's a section of your website or your YouTube channel where you post tips for the up and coming person in media production, and you just post small clips about what I've learned today. Bam, bam, bam. This. Or what I learned today in comparison to last month. Scrap last month. This is the way you do it. Do you see what I mean? Because that's something for people to follow. And then soon, you're going to get views, and then and then you can always put out, if you want to come and do a collaboration or work with me. Feel free. My door's always open. Just tell me and just work like that. And then you'll be breaking that trend. And you'll be actually monetizing in that respect. You see?
Because I feel like most creatives are scared, but I feel like no one, even if you're a creative and you tell someone how you're doing something, no one can do what you do the way that you do it. And that's what I love about the creative industry. Like, I could tell you, like, or give you a YouTube tutorial on how to do something, but then you could apply it in a completely different way. And that's the beauty of it. I feel like more creatives should come together and share and learn from each other, because it's a lot easier. Like, when you have genuine people that genuinely want to work and share the same vision and passion, it's a lot easier to come together as a collective. And like, I've never seen creatives come together, like even creatives cons or something. There's only ones that I've heard of in America, like, that are big, but it's like, I feel like in the UK, like, we just need to come together, help each other, because in helping someone else, you're helping yourself. But you don't, even if you don't see it in black and white, like.
Do you remember the group So Solid?
Oh yeah.
They were individuals.
Yeah.
But they're all from the same South London kind of council estate where I was partly brought up. And there's hustlers as well, to put it nicely.
Yeah.
And they realised they had all having one common problem, trying to break into the music industry, because there's this a particular person who's always trying to hold them down, shutting doors. Whether you want to put it down to race or whatever, but he was just like, he wants to have monopoly.
Okay.
So they came together. They put their money together, their hustling money together, whatever, and they obviously won the awards for the year or two.
Yeah.
And you know, you still got remnants of like the Ashley Walters of today who are doing very well.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that's, you know, that's another thing that is a positive.
Yeah.
The mafia do it, innit? The mafia in America.
Yeah.
The 5 families, they came together. And they had organisation, had structure, and that's how they run New York.
And that's the thing,
they
like,
couldn't do it individually.
Yeah.
They couldn't do it individually. They had to do it together. So, that's that thing in that respect.
Yeah, it's just coming together, literally. A lot can happen when people just, especially when they're like-minded as well.
But anyway, that was a great interview. Thanks for agreeing to doing that. Do you just want to pump your website, your brunch thing and everything at the last bit now? Yeah,
thank you for having me, Simon. This has been amazing. You guys should check out more. But to find me is visualsbynakedi.com. So that's visuals by NAKHEDI. And then if you're in uni or you have a son and daughter that's about to go uni and you're listening to this, Student Munch is a great way for them to learn to start how to cook on their own with just quick, easy meals. So that's Student Munch _ on Instagram. So student and then munch, MUNCH _ And yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, thanks a lot. To the listeners, I hope you liked that. I know it went way over the 5 to 10, if not 15 minutes, but it was very intriguing. Okay, there's a bit of mentoring going on at the same time, but it's all good in love, helping a young brother out in that respect. Do not forget our other podcast, Africa Investor Stories. Real investors, from billionaires to millionaires and the people down below, who've invested in Africa, sharing their experience of what it's like to invest in Africa. The good, the bad, the ugly, and the benefits. Really interested to hear. Please share and like and subscribe. And we hope to hear your comments in the comment section. Thanks a lot. Bye.